Hey, homestead peeps. I got my buddy here. That's Patsy. So I thought, since things are a little out of the norm, I thought maybe I would do a fun Q&A today and answer a few questions, respond to a few comments that I've gotten since we've started doing our videos. So before I start that, though, I do want to say once again, thank you everyone so much for your prayers and your well wishes for my mom and her surgery. She's coming along slowly but surely, as well as can be expected, considering the surgery that she had. So you guys hang around and we're going to talk about some fun things and some serious things. So, the first thing that I want to address is our water situation. We have made comments before in some previous videos how we have to go one side of the 5 acres to turn the water on, and then drive all the way to the other side where the chickens are to water them, then drive all the way back to turn the water off, and then go back to the chickens and back and forth, and the garden is over there by the chickens too. So I was asked once, why did you not put your chickens closer to the water source so that going back and forth is not so needed? So there's a reason for that. We have plans for expansion to eventually have a big shop, if you will, storage, whatever you want to call it, built over in front of our well house. Garage, I guess, would also be a term we could use for it. It's going to be like this big multi-purpose building for the lawn mowers, our SUV, those kinds of things. And so that's where it's going to be. So we couldn't put the chickens on that side of the yard. So our plans are to eventually run pipe and a water spigot over to the other side of the yard to be able to turn the water on and off right where the garden and the chickens are. And then eventually we will actually put faucets going into each bed of the garden and be able to water and turn on and turn off specific beds depending on the needs. So, but those are all in future plans and visions that we have. And Rome wasn't built in a day, so that's why for now we have to haul water back and forth all the way across the property. I don't think I actually was specific on what kind of surgery that my mom had. She actually had a spot that was found on her lung that turned out to be cancerous. And so she had to have the lower portion of her right lung actually removed, and I think they call that a lobectomy. So that's what she's recovering from. And it's a pretty serious surgery. But I was so amazed that in 24 hours they were sending her home. So a lot of it has to do with COVID-19 and the safety of the patients in recovery, trying to get them out of areas that are potentially hazardous as far as contamination and catching COVID or whatever. So that's one of the reasons they're sending them home earlier probably than they normally would had this whole COVID thing not happened. But we're still glad that she's home and she's doing well. So another question that I've gotten is, if you'll notice, I don't wear makeup. And it's probably not a pretty sight sometimes to look at me without any makeup on, but there's a good reason for that. someone commented one time about, since you don't wear makeup anymore. So when I go places, like I go to church or I go somewhere for a doctor visit or whatever, I do wear makeup, so just so you know. Have you ever tried to go out into the heat with a lot of makeup on and do farm chores? If you've ever had to do that, and I'm sure a lot of you on here that are watching have had to do that, makeup doesn't mix well with heat and humidity. And so I tried that one time on a video. Actually, I had some makeup on, and I don't remember when that video was. I'll try to put it in the link, but it was a disaster. I started sweating and then wiped my eye and then had this black streak down my face, and the mascara didn't do well with all the sweating. So I don't wear makeup anymore on these videos. Some of you have asked us about where we're located and versus the hurricane Isaias, which is so hard for me to say. When I first saw that, I thought, it's Isaiah, Hurricane Isaiah, and then I heard a weather forecaster pronounce it, and I was like, okay, Isaias. So anyway, as far as it affecting us, it seems to have decided to skirt up the coast, and even if it had come across, we're about as middle of the state as you can get. So unless it's an extremely strong hurricane, Cat 3 or up, coming across the state, by the time it gets to us, we might get wind gusts, but mostly we usually just get a lot of rain, and right now we need a lot of rain in our area. So and that's all we're getting right now, and we're not even getting wind right now. It's just a nice rain, and hopefully it'll stay for a couple of days and give us a couple of days worth of rain. But there's no harm, there's no concern for safety or anything like that for the hurricane. So that was all the questions that I saw that really I thought should be addressed. So these are going to be short and sweet for now. I do want to stay consistent and keep staying in touch with you guys and letting you guys know what's going on, but I did want to I thought this would be fun. We are out in the country where there is literally almost any kind of Wi-Fi or internet or cell phone reception is almost non-existent here. So this has become a challenge to be able to get these videos out to you guys. So they're a little bit shorter than they usually are. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a fun thing just to get to know us a little bit better and our situation. So next time, blessings, and do your best and let God do the rest. Love you guys. Bye-bye. So if you enjoyed this video and you have any more questions or comments that you would like to share with us, drop them down below, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. You guys be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you soon.